Live on Global News Radio. I'm Peter Sherman in for Oakley all week, which means I'm still with you tomorrow. And next week, I'm going to have to change my sleeping habits because I'm in for Gurney. But I'm going to enjoy the long weekend, too, with the rest of you. Some of you are on the roads doing it already. I am envious, making it into a full 4-day weekend. Well, lucky you, because it's going to be beautiful, going up into the 30s on the weekend and 40s if you count the humidex, and that means you got to find a way to stay cool. I can think of some. All right, social media is something that I think in one way or another we talk about on this radio station, and everybody talks about or gets into every single day, and that amazes me because I remember the time before there was social media, people talked to each other, or they called each other on the phone or whatever. That's when cell phones had voice parts. Remember that? You didn't text all the time, right? You could talk to people. They don't do that much anymore, but I digress. The point is social media, some people would say, is broken as a model now, and if so, there's a question. What do we do to either fix it or replace it? And I have a guest who thinks he has some of those answers. His name is Bruce Fikowski. He is the CEO of GetAssist. This is brand new. It is social media of a type, and it is Canadian. Bruce, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So tell us about GetAssist and what makes you different.
Well, GetAssist is something we call purposeful social media. So we use well-known social features that you'd expect out of Facebook and a lot of the others. But what we do
But they have no purpose.
They have no purpose. At GetAssist, it's all about purposeful connections. We use social media, the number one communication tool of our time, purposefully as a communication tool.
Okay, so what I need you to do for our listeners is, and for me, is because I've read your material, but I have to get my arms around this. Purposeful social media means I'm communicating for a purpose. I want something. I want a piece of information. I want to connect to you and have a discussion with you. I want to have a meaningful political discussion, for example. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to comment that my watch isn't working correctly and then be inundated with 40 ads for watches. And I think that's what social media is doing to me now. Is that my perception or is that reality?
That's reality. Today's social has become this vast, empty experience of unwanted advertising and content, just like you're talking about. And it needs to change. It's failed to mature, in my opinion. It was this great thing. Everybody was posting and sharing, and it was new. It's 14 years old. And it never got past that. It got monetized to become advertising and to become business.
Okay, so I'm going to take one more crack at, it sounds like I'm flogging the existing social media, when the fact of the matter is, regardless of the fact that you've got a startup, and of course we wish you luck with it, the big guys really are the Facebooks and the Twitters, and they've been around a long time, and they've got a lot of people on them, and those of us who participate, myself included, have thousands of followers because we've been diligent about it. I've gotten to a point where I don't want to go on Facebook anymore. I use Twitter maybe to alert people that I'm going to be on the air this afternoon, that kind of thing, but I don't get into controversy anymore because I find that there are too many people in the social media space now who just want to use it as a place to find a punching bag, which I'm not prepared to be. What differentiates you where, number one, you've eliminated the whole advertising orientation, and number two, you've gotten me away from being a target by having an opinion?
Well, I'll just separate what we do from what makes this. Yeah. So first and foremost, we connect two communities, business and social, on a single network. They're separate memberships. So the socials is private, ad-free, manageable social network, and the business community is made up of individuals and small businesses who have skills for hire. They pay for a membership. So it's their engagement, they're buying into the network that helps support the free social. But what you're describing on social is all because of a lack of privacy. Because without privacy, you don't have intimacy.
So the social media that's provided with GetAssist is a social media network that doesn't allow 100,000 prying eyes to see what I have to say.
No, you actually decide what you want to see on your newsfeed, if you can imagine that.
And do people get a chance to decide that they want to see me?
Absolutely. If you put up a private community on GetAssist and people search your name or whatever tags you put on there for searching, they'll find your community. And in that community, they'll find features that where you are posting, they can post and share. It's got these great features. And that can be made public or private. So if you leave it public, anybody can search and find you and become part of that if you make it private.
So how do we know that you're going to be successful? In other words, what's my motivation to join GetAssist now?
We're already successful.
Well, and that's the successful. It can mean anything.
Yes.
Are you successful like Facebook is successful, or are you successful as in you started something and you're now profitable? What does success mean at this point for you?
Success means to have a product that's in demand, to be satisfying a marketplace. We do that with our clients. We do that with our users. And success means to build a successful company that employs people and provides value to the community. And that's what we're doing.
So can you give us some idea of scope on a Canadian scale? In other words, if I decide today, well, I kind of like this guy, Bruce, I interviewed him, and maybe I should get on to GetAssist, but I want my friends to be on GetAssist. I want basically some stimulation if I'm going to go to the trouble of being in a space where I'm not going to be bombarded by ads, and I am going to be able to converse with or opine with people who are like-minded or differentially minded, but who want to have a legitimate debate. It sounds like GetAssist is the place, but I want to know that numerically there's enough of you there for me to be able to have that experience.
Yeah, well, there's two things I'll say to that. One is, so get on there, create your communities and invite friends. I mean, invite people, your family. Private communities are private, by invitation only. Only you can see them. This is where the real juice is GetAssist, people using private communications.
So are you suggesting to me then that I use GetAssist because it's provided if I'm not in the business end of it, it's free of charge. I can pick, let's say, 50 of my closest friends. I sound like I'm exaggerating, but let's say I have a community of 50 people I really enjoy communicating with. Yep. I can send them out an email, Peter to Peter, and just BCC them all and say, look, do me a favor, join this thing. I'm going to put a group up that's private for all of us so that we can talk to each other. We can decide who sees it and who doesn't. Off we go with GetAssist. Have I got it right?
You got it right. It's absolutely free. It's great for business. It's great for families. It's great for friends. And better yet, you don't have to, send them an email. When you create that community, you just put their addresses in to invite them, and that's it. And then they receive a push notification, and they sign right up.
And even better, as we head into Canada Day, you're entirely Canadian.
Absolutely, we are. We're very proud of that.
Where are you based?
We're based out of Calgary. And we have bricks and mortar in our 5 locations in Canada: Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Vaughan, Mississauga.
Am I allowed to ask in thousands how many people you are now?
Not really allowed, but I can say we haven't hit 100,000 yet.
You haven't hit 100,000 yet, but is it safe to say you're well on the way?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, then it's happening. And so we have a Canadian social media contributor or piece of the pie, and it sounds like something worth getting involved in, and it's the reason I wanted to have you in today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Bruce Fikowski, GetAssist, and before you go, if somebody wants to get more information, get online, where do they find you?
GetAssist.com, or download the app in the appropriate store.
GetAssist.com, and you can go to, I assume, the Apple Store.
Apple or Play Store.
Or Play Store, and you can find it, GetAssist. Yep. Very interesting. Thank you.